Today's news.
CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. We begin in Washington, where President Biden held his first solo news conference in 8 months last night as he tried to convince Democrats his 81 years are not a hindrance. At times, they seem to be otherwise.
I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president, so I think she's not qualified to be president.
The takeaway for voters from CBS News chief political analyst John Dickerson.
If you are worried about him in the future and if he can carry out this campaign in 4 more years, you're still worried. If you are a supporter, you found things in it that you could support. And so we're basically at the status quo. The problem for the president is status quo is not based on the polls and everything else. He's got to do more than that.
Right after the press conference, 3 more House Democrats called on Mr. Biden to withdraw from the race, bringing the total to 17 lawmakers. Republicans are trying to stay out of the president's way until they kick off their convention Monday. CBS's Caitlin Huey-Burns.
As Democrats are questioning their nominee, Republicans are rallying around theirs. Former President Donald Trump will be nominated at the party convention here in Milwaukee next week. And Biden's insistence on staying in this race is welcome news for the Trump campaign, which is very eager for a rematch. The only X factor really at this point for Republicans is who Trump will pick as his running mate.
A warning to about 109 million cell phone users. Correspondent Steve Cason.
It's now been determined a security breach in 2022 that hit AT&T compromised the data of nearly all of its cellular customers of mobile virtual networks using AT&T Wireless, and landline users who interacted with those cell numbers.
AT&T says the data includes calls and texts from 2022. One person's been arrested. Officials on the West Coast are reporting a growing number of suspected heat-related deaths since the start of July, as one of the hottest summers on record in the U.S. drags on. Stephen Kaufman reports from Prescott, Arizona.
In Las Vegas, the temperature has hit 115 or more for 6 consecutive days. Today is expected to make it 7 days in a row. Las Vegas National Weather Service meteorologist John Adair.
We often get days of 115 plus, but this is the longest heat wave we've experienced and highest temperatures that we've experienced.
In northern Spain, 3 people have been injured on the 6th day of the running of the Gold Festival throughout the narrow streets of Pamplona. The Red Cross says one is in stable condition after he was gored in the armpit. S&P futures are up 1. This is CBS News.
Well, that's today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody. It's 58 degrees in Richmond, California.